When buyers enter the Northwest London property market, they often focus on one thing: the property itself. They analyse the photographs, compare floor plans, study the location, and calculate what they can afford. But there is another factor that can have just as much impact on a successful purchase, and it is something many buyers completely overlook: the seller. Because behind every property listing is a person making a decision, and understanding why they are selling can sometimes provide valuable insight into how flexible they may be during negotiations. The truth is that not all sellers enter the market for the same reasons. Some are in no rush at all. Others are working against strict deadlines. Some are emotionally attached to their property, while others simply want a smooth transaction and a quick sale. Understanding these motivations can help buyers navigate the process more effectively and identify opportunities that might otherwise go unnoticed. One of the most common reasons people sell in Northwest London is relocation. A new job opportunity, a career change, or a move to a different part of the country can create a situation where timing becomes extremely important. When a seller has already committed to moving elsewhere, they are often focused on securing a reliable buyer who can help them complete the process without unnecessary delays. For these sellers, certainty can sometimes be just as valuable as achieving the highest possible price. A buyer who is organised, financially prepared, and ready to proceed may hold significant appeal. Another major motivation is upsizing. As families grow, their housing needs often change. What once felt like the perfect home may begin to feel cramped. An extra bedroom, a larger garden, or more living space becomes increasingly important. In these situations, sellers are often motivated by their desire to move forward rather than remain where they are. They may already have another property in mind and be eager to progress with their plans. The ability to move efficiently can become a major priority. Downsizing creates a different dynamic. Many homeowners reach a stage where maintaining a larger property no longer makes practical sense. Children may have moved out, lifestyles may have changed, or retirement may be approaching. For these sellers, reducing responsibilities and simplifying daily life can become the driving force behind the move. The focus is often less about maximizing every last pound and more about achieving the next stage of life comfortably and efficiently. Then there are sellers dealing with significant life events. Divorce, inheritance, financial restructuring, or changing personal circumstances can all lead to property sales. These situations often come with additional emotional and practical considerations. While every case is unique, such sellers may place particular value on certainty, reliability, and a straightforward transaction. The smoother the process feels, the more attractive a buyer may become. Another factor that influences seller motivation is property chains. Chains are one of the most common causes of delays and uncertainty in the UK property market. A seller may already have agreed to purchase another property and need their own sale to progress before they can move forward. When a chain is involved, timing becomes incredibly important. Delays can create pressure throughout the entire sequence of transactions. In these situations, sellers often appreciate buyers who are organised, responsive, and capable of progressing quickly. Market conditions can also play a significant role. During periods of strong demand, sellers may feel confident about achieving their asking price. Competition among buyers can strengthen their position and reduce their willingness to negotiate. However, when market activity slows or properties remain available for extended periods, priorities can begin to shift. A seller who initially hoped to achieve a premium price may become more focused on securing a committed buyer and completing the transaction. This is why understanding how long a property has been on the market can sometimes provide useful clues. A home that has only recently been listed may attract strong interest and limited flexibility. A property that has been available for several months may present a different opportunity altogether, but one of the most overlooked motivations is emotional fatigue. Selling a property can be exhausting. There are viewings to manage, paperwork to organise, negotiations to navigate, and uncertainty to deal with. What begins as an exciting process can become stressful over time. For sellers who have experienced multiple failed transactions or lengthy periods without progress, reaching completion can become more important than holding out indefinitely for a slightly higher offer. This is where buyers often underestimate the value of reliability. A strong buyer is not simply someone with money. A strong buyer is someone who appears capable of completing the transaction smoothly. Mortgage arrangements are in place. Solicitors are ready. Documentation is organised. Communication is clear. These factors can significantly influence how a seller views an offer. Many buyers focus entirely on the number they are offering. Sellers, however, often assess the complete picture. They consider the likelihood of success, the potential risks, and the practical realities of moving forward. This is why two identical offers can sometimes receive different responses. One buyer may appear uncertain or unprepared. The other may appear organised and ready to proceed. In many cases, the seller's decision extends beyond price alone. The most successful buyers understand that property transactions involve people, not just numbers. They recognise that every seller has their own priorities, concerns, and objectives. Rather than viewing negotiations as a battle, they approach them as a conversation designed to find common ground. This mindset often leads to stronger relationships, smoother transactions, and better outcomes for everyone involved. So, what makes a seller motivated in the Northwest London market? The answer depends on their circumstances. It could be a job relocation, a growing family, retirement plans, a property chain, changing finances, or simply the desire to move on to the next chapter of life. The key is recognizing that every property has a story behind it. And when buyers take the time to understand that story, they often gain insights that can make a meaningful difference during the purchasing process. Because in property, understanding people can be just as important as understanding prices, and sometimes that understanding is what turns a potential purchase into a successful one.